Welcome to FanDraftPicks.com, the world leader in daily free selections for FanDuel and DraftKings. Today is February 2nd, 2015, and it is our NBA selection show for Monday night. Okay, let's pull up the slate of games and see what we have. We have 8 games on the schedule tonight. And as always, let's find a couple guys that are going to bring home huge fantasy numbers. The first guy we're going to take a look at is a center. The center for the Atlanta Hawks, Al Horford. He's $8,100 here on FanDuel, and the Hawks have been on fire. But mainly what we care about is how well Al Horford can do tonight. And we think he can do pretty damn well. Okay, if you pull up some of his recent numbers, you're going to see that he has scored 37 points or better in 5 consecutive games. So he's coming in hot as can be. And minutes, that all corresponds nicely. I only circled 4 there, but he's 7 of his last 8 games. He's put in 31 minutes or more. Okay, he's $7,900 here on DraftKings. Let's look at inside his numbers. Well, his last game was against Philly, so let's not do that. Let's look at these 2 43-point fantasy performances that he recently did against Portland and Oklahoma City. Both tough defensive teams. Let's see how he attained 40-plus points and if he can do that tonight. Okay, what stands out? His shooting on both those was right at 500 or around 500. Not particularly impressive. If you look at the games around that, he shot much better. But right here in the rebound category, he pulled in 8 and 12 in those 2 games. That is big. That's what we need as rebounds. And then as always, assists, blocks, and steals. And that's what he got in those games. That's what we need him to do, assists, blocks, and steals, particularly blocks. It's a huge category, brings in nice points, and we think he can get a ton of blocks tonight. Why is that? Because if you pull up opponent stats for the New Orleans Pelicans, you will see that in opponent rebounds, they are the worst team in the NBA. 30 out of 30. They give up. Their opponents get more rebounds than anyone else. That's great for Al Horford. Okay, an interesting stat. In field goal attempts within 5 feet of the hoop, the Pelicans are the worst team in the NBA. Horford's going to get a crap load of shots underneath. But it's his flexibility. Where the sweet spot for Al Horford, as you'll see right here, is in field goals made 15 to 19 feet. Look at Horford. He is a machine. He's tied for 5th in the NBA with Anthony Davis. He sits above Blake Griffin. That is really, really wild. And if you're just curious how well Phoenix handles that, field goals made 15 to 19. Nothing spectacular. 16th in the NBA. They can get hammered out there. So Horford can get them inside. He can get them outside. We believe he's a great, great pick tonight versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Okay, let's get someone else. We haven't profiled the guy all year because it seems like a sure thing, but LeBron James of the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's in a really, really good spot tonight versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Okay, he was $11,300 on FanDuel. Here on DraftKings, he's $10,600. You know he's a machine. If you pull up or look at some of his recent fantasy numbers, you'll see here on DraftKings that he has hit 50 points or more in 5 of his last 6 games. Just impressive as all hell. Look at his minutes off the chart. 40, 33, 36, 39. Unbelievable. He gets tons of minutes, tons of points. Okay, LeBron's sweet spot is right back to that category, 5 feet and under. In field goals made within 5 feet of the hoop, he's 5th in the NBA. If you look at Philadelphia, the 76ers, how well they handle field goal made by the opponents within 5 feet, they're terrible. They're 5th in the NBA. That matchup alone is just an award-winning matchup for LeBron James. If you look, though, inside his numbers, you know he's always going to get points. But it's those other things. We keep talking about it. The other things. Rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals. If he's primed to excel in those categories, that's when he pulls up 60-plus nights. Okay? Let's look at that. Okay, Philadelphia 76ers. Opponent assists. Dead last. Worst team in the NBA. Couldn't be better for James. Opponent rebounds. Worst team in the NBA? Philadelphia 76ers. Couldn't be better for James. Opponent blocks. Not the worst team in the NBA, surprisingly. They're like the 9th worst team in the NBA when it comes to opponent blocks. Opponent steals, which is big. If you can get steals, that's big. In opponent steals, the Philadelphia 76ers are, you guessed it, the worst team in the NBA. So, wow. I mean, if James is on, he could explode tonight, 60-plus easily in this matchup against Philly. Cleveland's favored by a huge number in Las Vegas. Favored by 16 and a half. That's good and bad. Philly's easy to beat on. If Philly keeps it close within 9-10 points in the fourth quarter, James is going to play. If they're blowing about by 25, James might sit. Let's just hope Philly keeps it somewhat close. Okay, the two guys we gave you tonight. The center, Al Horford of the Atlanta Hawks, and the small forward, LeBron James of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Make sure you visit us every day at FanDraftPicks.com as we offer a wealth of information directly aimed at FanDuel and DraftKings. We offer free picks every day in NBA, NHL, NCAA hoops. Our value pick of the day will give you great insight on a sleeper. Our NBA Spotlight, we profile 3 different superstars for the night. Our NHL Spotlight, where we profile an NHL superstar for the night. And as always, we offer complete lineup projections in FanDuel and DraftKings formats. We can help you get closer to those big prize pool winnings than you've ever been. Okay, everybody, this has been our NBA selection show for Monday, February 2nd, 2015. Make sure you come back tomorrow. We'll see you on Tuesday with another NBA selection show.